This is Blade Runner Enhanced Edition. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So this is a classic point and click experience. It is actually quite old at this point in time, but I think it holds up decently well. So what we're getting here is a 4K resolution at 60 FPS. There are numerous improvements, reconstruction, and upresing of the original Westwood VQA videos that pop up, because this is a heavily video segmented experience alongside, featuring the regular point and click action you would expect. Modern HD display support, enhanced knowledge integration assistant, KIA, which helps you with, hints and information and stuff like that. You've got enhanced subtitle support. I actually found the subtitles a little annoying, to be honest, but yeah. Modern gamepad support, SMAA anti-aliasing, and anastrophic texture filtering. So, you've got the original recreated cuts from the original Blade Runner soundtrack. You've got these really gorgeous visuals, these unique environments. There's over 70 motion captured characters, all with their own AI intelligence. It was some groundbreaking real-time structure storytelling from back in the day. We get a number of different options here alongside audio, as I'm now thinking that probably I should turn off the music if it's got some original soundtrack stuff going on there, just in case. But the music and stuff is actually really, really good on this. So you can turn the subtitles on and off. You don't get too many gameplay options, but you can adjust your input as well. So yeah, it's pretty basic. I would have liked the UI and the menu to be a little cooler. Like, this seems like some pretty lazy UI for the menu, to be honest. But it works, I guess. So yeah, you just get to visit these really detailed, dark environments. You are a detective. Well, I guess you would say a detective of sorts. You are using the tools of the Blade Runner trade, and you're immersed in a very beautiful and unique environment where you are trying to, well, get your job done. I mean, you're a Blade Runner. You go and you hunt certain things out there in the world, and you're using detective skills to figure out what happened in particular scenes. Like, there's the game opens with a bit of a, I guess you would say, like a animal kind of murder thing that's going on, because there's different rarities of creatures and whatnot in the future, right?
Ground floor.
So that's something that's of a rarity, and then you're trying to figure it out, and there's a big chase sequence, and you got to choose whether or not you're gonna, gun something down. It's kind of a really neat sort of experience, and it's definitely got some dialogue of the universe. It's got some unique camera movement styles. It's just like, it's a really neat sort of game. I actually quite like what this is, and it's the future, the gritty world of Los Angeles in 2019. So, obviously, alternate history where everything is gloomy and sad and whatnot, but that's the fun of the experience, is that, it is this kind of dystopian type world where, the replicants and stuff have some problems. So I guess we could go, we're supposed to go to the police station, but I'm kind of wanting to just show off the different environments and whatnot. So, like, it's a point and click, so you're basically, making decisions, you are trying to figure out things in the world, because you're a detective, right? So there's like, oh, there might be some shell casings on the ground that you pick up, there might be some, objects you find, there might be different people you talk to in order to, figure out things and solve crimes. It's quite a neat experience, and it's very, very cool looking. Now, obviously, for some people, you might not find this as visually impressive, but you gotta keep in mind that, decades have passed on this one. So I would say for its age, it's actually like a pretty impressive type of experience. Genuinely, I was like, huh, this is a really, really cool kind of game. I actually quite like this one. As you're like, solving the secrets, trying to figure out what exactly is going on, doing your missions, dealing with the hard brass up at the top. It's just like, it's a really neat sort of game. And like I said, I'm just trying to show off some different environments so that you can get a feel for what this is. And more stuff opens up as you go across the different acts of the game, because there are a number of different acts that are present within this one as you continue doing your detective skills. So we got original top-notch Hollywood talent, including Sean Young, James Hong, Joe Turkel, Brian James, and William Sanderson. Ooh, I know, right? So this really was like an impressive game, though, at the time. Like, genuinely a neat experience. Oh, we're back to the scene of the crime, and it looks like everyone has left. And it's also neat because you use these like things in the police station where you're kind of like you're literally, if you've watched the Blade Runner movie, or movies at this point, I guess, or well, it's more the original movie, I would say, than like
animal murder and one of aggravated.
you know what I mean? Like the original Blade Runner movie was more about like the detective type work, I would say, as opposed to the second one. The second one was great. I loved it. Actually, I think that's my favorite by quite a bit. But the first movie was a bit more like, you know, using the images, doing the scanning stuff. You know what I mean? The more detective type work of the situation. And that is definitely something you do when you're playing in this game. You'll get like a photo and you have to like kind of manipulate it in order to like figure out new angles and find secrets. And it's really, really quite a neat experience. I think they did a great job with this one, and it seems to all be, you know, running quite well and stuff like that. Is it like a massive visual upgrade? It's, you know, it would also almost be hard to say,
Lockup.
just due to the fact that, like, you know, this is a very, very old game. I think they've done really the best they can with the original experience, because this is definitely preserved. Would have been nice to have some more like visual type setting options. I think would have been a nice little touch to this one, if that makes sense. Just like, oh, maybe adjusting to like try to do like the fat and widescreen, and you know, like I don't necessarily agree that this thing would need a widescreen, but you know what I mean, just like having some different visual settings, because usually when we get a night dive title, there's usually a plethora of different oh wait, didn't mean to do that, like a plethora of different options that we get for adjusting settings and customization things, right? And I know because it's an old school point and click that there's only so much you can do, but it would have been nice to get this like really, really revamped. I think would have been neat. Can we talk?
Pal.
Hey there. So there's actually like dialogue and different like things you can do as you chat to the different individuals that you find across this world. Sup, Chief?
Bryant go on permanent leave and you get full use of the office, Lieutenant?
You'd be amazed at how accommodating a man can be after his hemorrhoids get lanced.
Again, the dialogue is so like of the time, like what, late 90s or something like that.
Just doing the job.
But also in emulating the universe as well of what Blade Runner was, right?
That I know.
But I'm proud of you, McCoy. Why don't you take the rest of the day off?
Oh,
Thanks.
Payments is wiring the advance to your account as we speak.
How much?
Couple hundred chinion. Enough to buy a sandwich or two. We
That's
gotta hold
good.
back the rest until the lab does the autopsy. Paperwork, you know. Shouldn't take more than a couple of days.
So the check's in the mail.
Hey, don't worry. The boys upstairs want to keep our best and brightest happy. Any idea what you want to spend it on?
I was thinking maybe a companion for my animal at home.
Forget that. Buy yourself something nice.
oh.
You start carving up that juicy bacon, kid, the taste never goes away. The great things in life, believe me, you'll just be wanting more and more.
So like I said, I do really kind of enjoy like the dialogue and the conversation in this one as you like try to figure everything out. And then the sceneries in these environments, like it's simple because it's from, you know, like the 90s, but at the same time there's lots of like really detailed complexity within the scenes and the places you go. I love the immersiveness of this kind of world, because we don't really get too many point and clicks like this, especially on like the console platforms, right? It's like a very limited kind of thing that we'll end up seeing
Crystal's brand.
along
She
the
was
way.
spending a lot of time in the training maze these days, even though she'd already gotten close to a perfect score.
And then we got like the
Old
news
copies of
board
case
thing. Again, just
files,
trying to give you a
notices, and
immersive
memos
look
at the
at
usual
the
stations.
environments. But I do think we actually, to progress what we're doing, we have to go back to the apartments.
You keeping busy, pal?
Nah, the place has been pretty quiet the last couple of days.
Alright, let's go. So you also make decisions too. If you weren't aware of that. Like, so there's an early point where you essentially decide.
It's a lockjack.
I guess there ain't no harm in it.
Oh,
And shoot all threats.
this is interesting.
Do not shoot innocent.
The shooting range. Oh, cool. I didn't know about this. This is cool. I didn't know there's a shooting range. This is the maze. Ah, that is awesome. So, yeah, you make decisions like early on. There's like this chase sequence where it's kind of like, oh, there's a target up there. Finally, there was a target. But like, yeah, there's this early chase sequence, and you have to decide like, are you going to retire this replicant, or which basically means kill them, or are you going to like let them go? Why did they keep popping up as soon as I go to leave the area? It's supposed to be like a reactionary thing. I want to show off the gun stuff.
Completed sequence. Proceed to next station.
Uh-huh. Maybe it's supposed to be reactionary.
Completed sequence. Proceed to next station.
Oh, and there's different like events that can happen too, which is really cool to me. Like,
Completed sequence. Proceed
what
to
is
next
it? Like,
station.
depending on what you do or what happens, there can be like random things that pop up. So if you're watching like a guide of this,
Proceed to next
you can
station.
essentially have something almost entirely different show up in the world. And I think that helps keep it relatively fresh and different each time you go at it. Are we supposed to like just keep shooting this stuff? Where we? There was something up there before.
Completed sequence. Proceed to next station.
Where is the next station? Where is the trigger? Kind of want something to shoot at. Alright, whatever. I love the detailed environments in this game. They look so cool, and then you've got your person running through it. And I know they kind of stick out, but at the same time, it just kind of matches so well for me. Bang! I don't think the combat's too bad in this either. I was seeing some folks that were like complaining about the combat, and I was like, no, this works. Bang! That was fun. Okay, we should probably show off this room too. So this is where you go and you do your like detective type work, and the machine is really neat because it's it's like, so we've got okay, let's do this one,
Crime scene.
and then you can be like, okay, so let's zoom in here, and you see how it just like zooms in on the images and stuff like that, and then you're able to like capture parts of the world, and it's just like it's really neat. It's like enhance.
Lucy.
Enhance. So yeah, that's kind of like one of the tool solving machines that you get to use when you're playing. I don't know, just I thought it was really neat, and you gotta like upgrade your police work details too as you do stuff. It's cool. To me, it's really cool. Let's go take a look at the 3rd floor.
Anything else?
So apparently this guy,
Zip man, try me later.
I think you only see him in the 1st act or something like that, if I'm thinking correctly, but, you know, it's the doc. But let's go back to the apartment, and then we can progress things. But anyways, I would say really that this is a neat game. It's like a time capsule experience. If you love the Blade Runner universe, I think you'll find this to be really, really fun. If you want a little bit of, like, I don't know, old school point-and-click nostalgia, you want something a little bit different that's more story-oriented, I think this one is pretty cool. I really do. It all flows well. I haven't really had any issues. It's just like, it's a neat experience. I quite like it, is the biggest thing. Let's go see how the doggo's doing. Yeah.
Your floor number, please.
'Cause I'm sure there won't be a surprise when we get in here.
Boy, 88F.
88. Thank you.
Who's a good boy? So there's Esper. You know, Esper at home.
Good doggy. Here you go, baby. Dinner time.
Aww. It's a good doggo indeed. It'd be kind of cool to explore the Blade Runner universe, but I don't think I'd ever want to be like, you know, kind of stuck in it. You know what I'm talking about? And this is your like hints thing, if you need hints.
Portrait of the sleep deprived.
And that should be the end of Act 1 right there.
Got your delivery here, man.
What?
Kingston Kitchen.
Oh, yes, right. Hold on.
Is this what the gravity be like on Mars?
Oh, no. It's about 1/3 of what we got here on Terra. Real comfy. How about turning that dial, okay? When I say... Oh!
Please, can you control your rat?
I'll have you know that Ricky's a purebred Chihuahua, and he's totally real.
Things going good at Tyrell Corporation?
Boring, boring. Old man Tyrell's been on a Wagner kick lately. He never shuts up.
You also do outside work?
Sweetie, I never go outside. It's bad for the glands.
How about Nexus 6? You know a lot about them?
I think you should be going now.
Understand good, it holds deep meaning for me now. Where be your research on Nexus 6? I need test studies, contacts, the works.
Only simulator. Extraterrestrial gravity.
One more minute, you be swallowing this explosive. 3 more minutes, they be hosing you off the True Life building across town.
No, I swear. I don't have anything. If I did, I'd give it to you.
My people sick and dying. You tell me something.
Talk to Dr. Tyrell.
Tell me something I don't know.
The organ designers. Miraji, Hannibal Chu, Luther and Lance. They're closer to him than I am.
Where?
DNA Row. They're all working down on DNA Row. No,
You one miserable package man.
no, no, please, don't.
Oh!
Pick up.
Hope you aren't camped out there with a bottle of tequila.
Oh, very funny.
Early bird slays the worm, McCoy.
Don't worry. I'm up, Lieutenant. What's the buzz?
One of Tyrell's employees got his fat face splattered all over the marble interior of the Tyrell building.
Inside?
That's right. But we also got a sweet little break on it. Tyrell's surveillance system recorded the whole shebang.
Beautiful. How many perps?
Just one. I don't know if it's related to the Runseter deal or not. Tyrell security will have the disc for you when you get there. You'll be good, killer.
So that's kind of setting the stage for some stuff that's coming afterwards.
Maggie, come here, girl.